Hi, welcome. Today I will be presenting about Windows operating system versus Ubuntu operating system. Okay, for this assignment, I'm going to be talking about these contents. First, introduction. I'm going to be talking about a short intro on what to expect on this topic. Second, background. I'm going to be giving you guys a brief background on both operating systems. Third, application. I'm going to be showing you guys some applications that use the operating systems that are going to be shown. Fourth, in-depth review and discussion, just a detailed discussion on both operating systems. 5 is versions. I'm going to be showing you guys 2 versions of the operating systems. Introduction. Ubuntu and Windows are 2 different operating systems that have existed for a long time. The research conducted is to explore the given topic, which is the comparison of the 2 operating systems. To understand which operating system is better, we must first understand the differences between Ubuntu operating system and Windows operating system. Background. What is an operating system? Software programs known as operating systems serves as an intermediary between the end user and computer equipment to run other programs. Every computer must have at least one operating system. Windows and Ubuntu are 2 of the most popular and used operating systems. Windows. Microsoft created the graphical operating system known as Windows. Windows provides access to the internet, enables file browsing and storage. It allows users to run programs, play games, and view videos. Windows has been one of the most popular operating systems for personal computer PCs for the past 20 years. Advantages of using Windows operating system. Windows has a clean, uncomplicated, and user-friendly interface. Windows is renowned for being versatile and able to accommodate most programs. The Windows operating system installation method is straightforward and very simple to understand. Disadvantages of using Windows operating system. Windows is not free to use, and users must pay a fee to upgrade to the newest version of Windows. Windows consumes computer resources like RAM at a high pace, nearly twice as fast. If the machine utilizes the Windows operating system and has insufficient RAM, the user experience may suffer. The only customizing choices in Windows are wallpaper, background, notification noises, icons, and themes. Applications. In this image, you can see that some of the applications that are being used by Windows operating system. Some are such like Microsoft Edge, Groove Music, Movies and TVs, Windows Media Player, Maps, Mail, and Calendar. Ubuntu. Ubuntu is an operating system based on Linux. It is intended for use with desktops, mobile devices, and network servers. Ubuntu software is an open source software development. Like Windows, Ubuntu is one of the most used and popular operating systems. Advantages of using Ubuntu operating system. It is accessible without charge for both private and business use. Unlike Windows, Ubuntu is free of charge. With an operating system such like Ubuntu, customers can frequently skip the headache of driver installation. Ubuntu also has a simple user interfaces as Windows. Users do not need to restart the computer when Ubuntu operating system has to be updated. Unlike Windows, where if there's an update, the operating system needs to be restarted. Disadvantages of using Ubuntu operating system. The user experience on Ubuntu is not the same as it is on Windows. It does not give the same level of support for all software and devices as Windows does. Some well-known programs like Microsoft Office and Photoshop are not supported by Ubuntu. Users who want to utilize Ubuntu must be tech-savvy. Tech-savvy means basically users who have some knowledge of technology. These are the applications that use Ubuntu operating system, just like Spotify, Skype, VLC, Firefox, Slack, and Telegram. In-depth review. Okay, I'm gonna show you an in-depth review on Windows operating system versus Ubuntu operating system. Ubuntu was developed by a British company called Canonical Ltd. in October 2004 as an open source software. The operating system Ubuntu is based on is Linux. It is available in 3 official editions, which are Ubuntu Desktop for personal computers, Ubuntu Server for creating servers, and Ubuntu Core for Internet of Things and robots. Windows was the first 16-bit graphical user interface released in 1985. Windows 11 is Microsoft's most recent update. It provides users with the most advanced features and improvements for laptops and desktops. It can run on a variety of hardware such as Dell, HP, Sony computers, as well as home-built PCs. Okay, now we're going to be talking about differences between both operating systems. Security. Virus attacks are far more common on Windows because of its sheer number of users. Whereas in Ubuntu, a password is required to make any changes to Ubuntu, making the implementation of any virus nearly impossible. Although Ubuntu is an open source project, which might mean that it is less secure, it's actually much more difficult to break through. It has a huge community of users that can make amendments to the code if a vulnerability is found within the system, faster than a hacker can ever notice it. Functionality. Using Windows is simpler because everything can be done through the graphical user interface. It is possible to complete many complicated tasks with just a few clicks, such as device management, disk management, and scheduling tasks. Ubuntu's strength, however, lies in its ability to be fully personalized and customized as an open source software. Gaming. One of the biggest and fastest growing areas of entertainment is gaming, and Windows unquestionably wins out against Ubuntu in this area. Most game players will be unable to use any Linux-based machines. Simply put it, Linux distributions do not support the type of processing required in games, which will rely heavily on graphical processing. As a result, a machine with a great video card will also be lost on an Ubuntu installation. Similarly, for example, because Ubuntu lacks built-in graphical support, media editing can be quite challenging. Cost. Since Ubuntu is an open source project developed by Canonical, it means that anybody on the internet can install and operate the Ubuntu operating system on their respective computers. Although Windows comes freely pre-installed with many newer computers, Windows is still a licensed operating system, which means a user who wishes to install the operating system on their existing computer will have to pay a starting fee of $139. Resource management. Windows has more information available on the internet on various problems that a user can potentially encounter, which means it has a better user support system than the Ubuntu operating system does. Ubuntu, on the other hand, has a plethora of forums, websites, chat rooms, and dedicated to helping users learn the operating system, which may provide help much faster than Windows, but the information may not at all be abundant since its community of users is far lower than that of Windows. Versions. Here you can see 2 versions of Windows. On the left-hand side, we have one of the oldest and first ever Windows operating system, the Windows 1.1. And on the right-hand side, we have one of Windows' latest operating system, which is the Windows 11. This shows you just how much improvement Windows has gone through to make its operating system the top at the highest level. Also, like Windows, Ubuntu has, on the left-hand side is Ubuntu's oldest operating system, the Ubuntu 4.10, and on the right-hand side is Ubuntu's newest operating system, the Ubuntu 22.10. This just shows you how both operating systems have gone through so much improvements. That's all. I would like to conclude this presentation, and thank you for watching, and I hope you have learned something.